What's up, gang? It's us again with the rowdy crew.
Yeah, it's us.
Agdale's eating
Playing
popcorn, so he's not going to
actors
be in the
eating
intro.
popcorn. No, he's not in the intro.
Yep.
Um,
Wow.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the magical world of
it's
popcorn.
us.
Fucking hell.
Anyhow, it's been a while since we last played. So I will quickly recap the situation myself in slightly broader terms than usual. So the gang is in the city of Blackwater. They've been sent there by Montbec, or at least they've been accompanied there by Montbec, because of a lot of shady dealings going on there, possibly a security threat towards Midland, given their strong recent militarization. And while there, the crew has discovered that there are indeed a few odd things going on in this city. Namely, there have been a few suspicious murders under the name of a certain serial killer, the Blackwater Sailor, who, according to Montbec and his accomplices, might not be a serial killer at all, but in fact a ruse created by the city's government in order to dispose of undesirables and possible insurgents. Among those was Olaf Peachwood, who was a main contact for Montbec's spy crew, and Thyra and Glanvar have just been able to raid his safe in the merchant house. This contained a bit of information that I don't remember exactly what it was. You'll have to recap that yourself. I hope you made notes. And
What now? What were we supposed to make notes of? Shit.
what you
While you're breaking into the vault.
what you found in the vault.
We got a copy of Primary Principles of Role-Playing Alchemy. And some bottles and a gun. And
Yes.
another gun and a knife.
Indeed. So you found a lot of tat there that you might want to discuss later. However, what's a more pressing matter is escaping from the merchant house in the first place, because unfortunately, while raiding the safe, you've been made, and currently you are taking the elevator up, only to arrive on the main floor of the merchant house, with the entrance of the elevator surrounded by the house's security. In the meantime, yep, those guys. I've just used the tokens of the city guard, but I've colored them so that you know that they are not in fact city guard, they are the guards of the merchant house. And in the meantime, Dave has been collecting books that were listed in the in some stuff that they gained from Olaf Peachwood as well, which might hold clues towards the strange phenomenon, namely the sort of light specks diffused in the air, which may have something to do with the city's mysterious plague. And Sigmund has been holding office in the academy bathrooms, and he has run into Amos Payne, the physician of the academy, and has discovered that he is also a fellow, well, perhaps not insurgent, but I might as well call it that, considering that he came up with the idea of abducting the Chancellor of the Academy.
And he knows we're good for kidnapping people because we nearly tried to kidnap him.
Yes, indeed.
You nearly tried to kidnap him.
Nearly tried to knock him out, but you decided not to do that in the end. I had a conversation with him on the loo. So that is, I believe, where we left off, where Dave and Sigmund have reunited after the discussion that you had with Amos Payne about the plans to ambush the Chancellor while he is on his way to a painting auction in the merchant house tonight. And Thyra and Glanvar, you are currently in the merchant house, trying to escape this situation. And I think that is where we are going to begin. Namely, at the start of the turn order, as you are in this situation. Well, perhaps at the start of the turn order, if you wish to engage in combat, you will start at the top of the turn order. If you do not, then you can just do something else. But it's up to you.
All right. I mean, we're not talking our way out of this, are we? I mean,
I think you might if you had a 20 in charisma, but you don't.
Well, I'm not sure I have a 10 in charisma, frankly.
I don't think you've got a 20 in charisma between you.
All right.
Brutal.
Wow.
Ocean madness is no excuse for ocean rudeness.
Yeah.
I have a 9 in charisma.
Ocean of rudeness.
I have a 6. What do you know? Egg's actually right.
I speak only the truth.
Yeah.
Indeed, the truth and only the truth.
Speaking only the truth, whole truth.
Brutal as it may be.
Okay. By the way, there is a little thing that I will remark. If you zoom in on those guards there, you will see that some of them have a little mark on top.
Yes.
I have used that to designate which guards have what kind of weapons. Namely, yep. Okay. So the smoke symbol means that they have muskets. There is also a sort of archery target symbol, which means they have crossbows.
Is there? I don't see that one.
Yeah, presumably not.
You don't see that one, but it is. I am just generally explaining my conventions.
There might be more people here than originally assumed.
And there's also a symbol of like a shield with a bit of lightning, and that means that they have a gun wand, so a sort of magical apparatus.
Right. Okay.
Right. Yep.
Well, all right. Here we go then, I guess.
It's your decision. You can do whatever you want.
Let's do the Fast and the Furious style knowing look that conveys our entire emotions about this situation. What do you think we should be doing here?
Making a break for it.
Okay. Thoughts on how to do that, considering I can't do parkour and I have no spells that allow me to do parkour. Also, I forgot to prepare that useful spell that lets me cast haste on myself.
Oh dear.
Oh no, I do have it. I've just used it already today.
Oh dear.
Dave, that pearl thing.
Hmm?
Dave, that pearl thing lets you cast a spell again.
Oh, that's a good point. That's gonna be a turn using it though. Can give it a go, I guess. All right, we're just doing that then.
Is it a turn to use a Pearl of Power? Let me look that up quickly.
Pearl of Power Pathfinder.
Pearl of Power.
Hill of Power?
A Pearl of Power! A Pearl of Power! Okay.
Once per day on command.
So I will consider that a free action.
Freaking sweet. Alright, she probably says something in Norse to regain that power. But, you know, Jesus, I know what.
Alright.
So then, yeah, she's going to cast Channel Vigor on herself to give the haste.
Okay, cool. So your the pearl sort of loses its magical shine, and the energy is released, giving you an extra spell. And you can cast that. Okay. So you are now hasted. Glanvar, it is your turn.
Well, hang on. If it's my turn, I'm going to.
Oh, yes, of course.
Run for it.
Oh yeah, of course. You still have a move action, naturally.
Okay, thanks. Bye. So I'm kind of going around this way.
Okay, I am just going to reveal the rest of the room.
So, how... Oh. Son of a bugger.
And I'm afraid that will also provoke an attack of opportunity unless haste alters that...
From who?
From... Well, you're moving through threatened space, aren't you?
So I came here.
Yes.
Here. Thyra presumably can see this dude. I suppose I'm walking through her threatened space.
You are, and I will also have to tell you that considering these guards are wielding polearms, reach. Yep.
no.
I'm
I'm
afraid
gonna reach up for the stars and climb every mountain high.
indeed.
I mean, you're getting from that one and that one then.
I do get a +1 barge bonus then.
Indeed. Okay, so let's see how those attacks go. So that's from 2 when you leave threatened space. Okay, does a 19 hit you?
Nope. 20 AC.
All right. Does a
Nice.
15 hit you? No. Okay,
No.
so the jabs with the polearms do miss you. There is still the matter of those folks. You can move diagonally, though, if you
Or
wish.
I could hit them.
You could also
Because
do
when I'm
that.
hasted, I do 1 extra attack.
You could also certainly do that.
Oh, wait. That's when I do a full attack action. Am I
You
allowed
have
to-
already cast a spell, though, but then you have 1 attack remaining, right?
Oh, yes, I have. Oh, beans. Oh, right, yeah, okay. I forgot I cast a spell. Alright, nope, that's it. That's me for the turn. Okay.
Okay, so you're not going to use your attack?
Can you not move any further?
I'm not sure I can.
Well, you
Because
used...
it says I can make 1 extra attack if I've already used an attack action. It doesn't sound like I can do it.
So you do not get an extra standard action, then?
Nope.
You only get an extra attack. I
Yep.
see. Okay, so you have used your standard attack and move. So, Glanvar, it is now your turn.
Jump off me. Like, toadstool me, footstool me, you know.
Yeah.
Do that thing like in any co-op game where you jump onto like my shoulder and use that to help yourself out.
I don't even think he would need to. I think he just needs. I should just be able to do a running jump if he goes straight.
Really? Jesus. He's
Okay.
a parkour boy.
That's what monks are for.
That's true. Okay, what kind of move are you going to do here, Glanvar?
Acrobatics. Move forward.
Okay.
I think
There
2.
will be some attacks of opportunity involved there, depending on how you move.
Forward 2,
Yep. Okay.
and then leap. How far? What is the thing for long jump? For
200 feet upwards.
Nice.
10-foot vertical leap.
It's that fucking Mario meme where he's like glitching
You
through.
mean leaving orbit?
Yeah. High jump, a greater than 4 foot. Okay, so a 4-foot jump is 16 DC acrobatics. Greater than 4 feet is +4 per foot.
What?
I'm not doing a high jump. I'm doing a long jump. I'm trying to
Okay.
jump over these guys.
That makes more sense, but also I'm really amused by the fact that it doesn't actually sound that hard to jump like 6 feet into the air.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
It's a
Okay.
24 DC, I suppose.
Yeah. I am. Oh, shit. My dice. My dice.
Rich.
Chinese.
We
precious dice.
demolished a seat of power. Time
With
for us,
me.
the players, to win.
Anyhow, you can attempt a long jump past these guys for I'll say a 20 DC. However, there will be attacks of opportunity, as you might expect.
700.
Yeah, but there'll be a couple less than there were before.
Okay.
Also, freedom will move.
Oof.
Wow.
I'm afraid that does not cut it. So, I'm afraid that you fail your long jump. You can move, indeed, one more square, as you wish. However, there will be... Yep, you basically just barrel into that guard. Roll me a combat maneuver, please. As you just try to jump and basically body slam this guard in front of you. Okay,
pretty
24, that's quite good. Okay, that's not very good. Okay, so this guard over here, tokens. So this guard over here. Is there no? Why are effect symbols for everything except what you need?
What do you
Okay.
after? Do you want me to
I'll
add
just use.
a
I'll just
diagram?
use this. She is prone, knocked by your basically your body slam. You have rolled high enough that you are not prone, but that
Oh,
was
welcome.
but that has ended your move action.
And that was my standard action, so I only have I have no actions left, basically.
Well, I think is the jump considered a standard action, or is that part of a move? Because I feel
He's a
like that.
monk.
Like I feel like that should be considered part of a move action, if it is within the distance that you can move. So I'm going to allow you to keep your standard action if you want to make it.
Do I really want to start committing murder?
Well, you can
You're
always
a
use a
monk.
standard
Just
action as
hit
another
them.
move action.
Do
Just
non-lethal.
punch them non-lethally.
That is also a thing. Non-lethal damage is a thing.
Is it? Oh
Yeah, of
What?
course it is. We've just
What?
never used it because we're all murder hobos.
I feel like I've used it at least once.
Delta's used it.
I
Maybe.
think I
It
was,
doesn't do
I
any
think I was
damage.
doing non-lethal damage for the start of that fight with the angry samurai woman who hates
Alright.
me for some reason.
Ah, that's a fair point.
non-lethal. What penalty is that on your attack roll? Is there on at all?
It's no penalty. You can just choose to deal non-lethal damage.
And he's going to aim to do non-lethal at. That
Okay. Very good. Roll the attack. Yeah, that's decent.
Ouch.
One. Crit damage.
Yep, that is
damage.
correct. So you swing a monk uppercut right into the solar plexus of this guard. Shabam!
And she explodes. But non-lethally.
And let's see how much. Okay, so this guy here is, considering it is a crit, he takes a lot of non-lethal damage, and he is also knocked prone.
Jesus.
I like being a monk. I don't have to
Did you
deal
do, like,
with
a
the
roundhouse
less
kick?
melee damage.
Indeed. So you knock down these two guards, and one of these guards with the guns shouts, "Stand down immediately!
No.
If you do not comply right now, we'll fire!
Okay.
Suit yourself!"
Okay.
So
Thyra shrugs and
Glanvar,
Guess I'll die.
you
sure.
have 2 shots fired at you.
24 is what you got to beat.
All right. So
Wait, did they say suit yourself and then shoot Glanvar? Because that's really funny.
It is. What is your touch AC, Glanvar?
Ooh.
It's
crazy, isn't it?
It's probably mostly the
Same.
same. Yeah.
It's 24. I don't wear armor, so it doesn't affect
Oh
me.
yeah. Good
Jesus.
point. Okay, so that's 22. That's misfire. So this guard's gun blocks as she tries to fire.
Sure.
Quick.
Well, Glamour does a Matrix-style bullet dodge.
Yep, you dodge the blast of that musket. Gonna use that. You are attacked by the 2 guards. Actually, no, because reach cuts off the corners, doesn't it?
What?
You can't polearm
If-
around a corner if that's what you mean.
Yeah, no, I mean that reach because you have the 8 squares around you, and with reach you do not get all the squares around that. You cut off the little corner squares. Isn't that how reach works?
Oh, fucking... Are we doing this? Maybe.
Still at the
I
end, dude.
forget about.
I'm gonna rule that is how reach works. It doesn't matter anyway because you are within reach. Kalanvar, you get 2 attacks made against you with polearms. They miss as you are matrix dodging out of the way of all this. One of the crossbow guards fires at you, Glanvar. misses fragrantly. Fire, you get 2 polearm attacks as well.
Do you ever
that-
feel like maybe get a bit frustrated dealing with Glanvar?
This is a 13 and a 20. Does a 20 hit you?
Yeah, 20 does meets my AC.
All right, so that
no,
is
because they feel better when they beat the shit out of Thyra instead.
Ah, indeed. So this is going to be a 7 damage as you are stabbed at your side with a polearm. Another
Ow.
crossbow. The other crossbow guard fires at you. That's a crit. That is going to be.
A lot of damage.
Oh, you're lucky. That's going to be a total of 8 damage.
Oh wow, you can
as-
really taste the crit.
Yeah, you can really taste the crit as an arrow flies, and it really just embeds itself into your body. But
directly next to the one that just hit me.
yeah, and oddly enough, it just happens to miss all of your vital organs. Huh, that could have been really deadly if only it was somehow more damaging to my body. But you take
Thanks,
that amount
Thor.
of damage.
Thyra gives
Thanks,
a thumbs up
Thor.
to the sky. A big armored thumb just comes out and is like, "No worries, Thyra.
Yeah.
You're my best
Right.
friend."
I'm
One
pretty
of
sure those
the
happen in
guards-
SpongeBob.
The guard with the blocked gun shouts,
My gun is blocked.
"They've engaged in combat! Guns free! Guns free!"
Oh, I'd like a free gun.
And it is your turn again, Thyra.
It's my turn again.
Yes.
Comma, Thyra. Okay. I'm going to start hitting people and taking
Non-lethally.
names and then hitting them again. Non-lethally hitting people, so I'm not going to set my weapon on fire.
That probably
Shit.
helps.
Why
Okay,
did
that
it just hit
misses.
them? Okay. I get another one because I'm hasted.
Don't you get more than one
Oh,
anyway?
That also
Yeah, I know.
misses.
And then this one is -5.
Okay.
Oh, for
dear.
God's
Oh dear.
Oh my God, Thyra! What the hell are you
Oh
doing,
dear,
man?
This is going very well.
Yeah, so you slam your hammer, but the guard steps back. Your hammer smashes into the wall. It's sort of stuck in the plaster. Okay, option 1 or option 2? I'm not telling you what they are. Choose something.
2.
Okay, you get an
Lucky
attack
number
of
2.
opportunity made against you.
Oh.
That's basically how I do crit fails now. You get 2 options. I don't tell you which is which, and they are 2 different negative effects. Attack of opportunity.
And it's different each time. You can-
Indeed.
No, they're always an attack of opportunity, even if you
And
like fall down a
that's-
hill or whatever.
Misses because it's a 15. So stabs with its polearm, but you duck as you pull your hammer out of the wall. Glanvar, it's your turn.
Oh, no,
Unless
I'll spend
you
my
want to
hammer.
make a move action, Thyra.
I don't think I have anything interesting that I can do with a move action, so I'm a hold off.
Can you not
Okay, fair enough.
move?
Like me.
Yep, it's you.
Cool.
Oh, what
It's
time?
you, baby, you. It's a great song, Duck
What was
Sauce.
that?
I've
It's a
never
song.
heard of it.
Right. Oddly
Duck
enough,
Sauce.
from
It's
4
you.
words.
It's called you. Anyhow,
Duck
Glanvar.
sauce.
Yeah, it's the band is called Duck Sauce.
Non-lethal on this chappy.
All right, roll your attack.
Where the heck is it? There it is. I'm not used to clicking this button.
Oh dear.
Wow, that didn't go so well.
Nope, I'm afraid you punch forward, but the guard blocks it with his polearm.
I'm going to suffer the wrath of the tax opportunity then.
Um,
As
Okay, you're going to make a move.
If yeah, you can
I
tumble.
move.
Indeed. If you want to pass over, if you want to jump over the prone guards, that will be a lot easier than jumping over a standing guard. So that will only be a 16 DC.
Especially if
Tumble.
you're only 4 feet tall.
To
Acrobatics
jump,
or-
yeah, acrobatics to jump over a prone guard.
Whop.
Yep, that's okay.
Nice.
And
I
you're
also
going
had
to
20
tumble.
earlier.
So that's the 20 for jumping over the guard. Roll me another acrobatics to see if you. Oh no, actually, roll. How did we do that with the combat maneuver? Never mind. Let's keep it going. Roll now other acrobatics. Yep, that is plenty. That is plenty. No attacks of opportunity hit you at this moment. Okay.
I think I should be having the hammer because they can't touch this.
Indeed. Nice, nice. Guard's turn. This one is going to get up. Does standing up from prone provoke an attack of opportunity? Actio, maybe you know this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think it might.
I
It
think
doesn't
it might
D&D.
do,
But
Okay.
I think it counts as moving through a contested space.
Indeed. Okay, then he's going to stand up. He's going to roll acrobatics to try and avoid your attack of opportunity. He's not going to roll very well. So you can make an attack of opportunity as he tries to get up.
An arm strike.
Yep. That's okay. So 1 and that's just about hits. Yeah. So you
Alex,
strike.
Combat is not my forte.
Roll the damage. Are you dealing non-lethal, lethal?
Always non-lethal in this situation. The last
yeah,
thing I want to do.
it's always non-lethal with fists anyway, isn't it?
No,
Okay.
not if you're a monk.
So this guy, yeah, there's it's improved unarmed, then you can deal lethal. Roku has that feat as well. Okay, 7. That's enough to as this guy gets up. Now you've done it. Plump as you clobber him in the face, and he is unconscious.
Now you've gone and done it. Bonk.
Okay, this one is going to use a move to crawl backwards. That's also going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Not from me. I only get one.
Ah, that's true. Okay, so she's going to crawl backwards, and she's going to use a standard action as a move to get up. Then this guy is going to move like this, and they are both. These two fellas are going to attack you with their pronarms. So that is going to be 24. That hits. Okay, and a critical failure. This guy slips, is prone. Bumbling idiots, as guards should be. This guy stabs forward with his polearm, stabs you sort of under the rib. Yeah, it sort of yep. And hits you for 11 points of damage as he stabs his polearm forward, skews you underneath the rib cage.
Ouch.
Then this archer, this crossbow archer, is going to make another attack against you, Clanfar.
Aren't I Mr. Popular today?
Yeah, you are.
You're the one who's broken out of the friendship box.
Yeah, that's a 10, so that misses. That gun is broken because it misfired. The other gun is also going to go for you, and is going to miss. So, like, guns and arrows are flying, and Glanvar is, like, haymaker spinning through them. Thyra, you get 2 attacks of opportunity, 2 normal attacks, I mean, as well. One of them is a 22.
That hit.
And the other is a 21. So that also hits.
Yeah, that also hits.
Ouch.
And that is going to deal 7 and 6 points of damage
So that's 13 points.
as you are jabbed by the 2 polearms, sort of driven backwards.
Thyra is bloodied.
Mhm.
Oh no, I thought there was a healer.
If only.
If only there was a heal. Oh wait, hang on.
And the other crossbow guard is going to fire against you as well. Considering these guys are pretty adept at reloading and only need to use a move action. Okay, that is a 20.
That hits.
That hits. Okay. That is 7 points of damage. As you are hit with another crossbow arrow.
Ouch.
Ow, my kidney.
Ouch.
I've only got 6 more of those.
What?
Sounds like a very Apollyon line, but
It's dwarven biology. It might be correct.
Oh,
I
I
don't
see.
know.
I see. Okay. So the guards towards you, around you, Thyra, are shouting, "You're clearly outmatched. Stand down, and you'll get off with a fine."
I
and
don't
meanwhile,
want to get off at all. So
meanwhile,
braces herself.
all the other guards are just shooting, like wildly at Glanvar, who is basically going all Neo on them and just darting around the room.
Well, basically, hang on, fine.
Hmm.
That's pretty good, considering how much
Yeah,
money
that's
adventurers have.
considering we've just done a bank robbery. That's not too bad.
It's a Skyrim method of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, you don't know what the fine is.
that's a good point. It might be your life. You have to pay a small pie
Firstborn.
You have to pay the fine of your life.
of your life.
Incredible. Okay,
Don't
Thyra,
worry, that's just a metaphor. A literal metaphor.
Thyra, it's your turn.
Shit. Right, okay, here we go. This time I'll do well.
Just to clarify the terrain, by the way, over here you have sort of a balustrade, like a railing with two stairs going down. But this is one room, so you are currently at like an elevated level, and there is a large part of like
So
the
we
room
could
that
like
is
rush
down.
through the balustrade or something.
Yeah, you could. That is just a clarification.
I've hit the guy to my west with a 20.
Okay, yep, 20
That
hits.
His armor class. Yes.
Literal metaphors are just statements. That is a very good point.
Look, I'm an English literature student.
Thyra, I swear to Christ.
This is my bread and butter.
Okay, so you knock him with the side of your hammer to deal non-lethal. However, it's not terribly effective.
Yeah, I hit him with the blunt end of my hammer.
Yeah, he's pretty staggered by attack as you clong it against his metal breastplate, but he's still standing. Glanvar, unless Thyra, you want to make a move, do something like that.
Yeah, I'm going for the person to my north.
Okay.
That's a 24.
Oh yeah, of course you have extra attacks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have 3 attacks.
I'm so used to you guys only having 1 attack. Terrible, terrible.
B team. Not anymore though.
So 7 points of damage to my friend to the north.
Okay, yep, that also strikes true.
Okay, both of them are still up. All right, then we're going to work on this. 1 more attack. Negative 5 to hit.
Okay.
So that's a 17.
Yep, that still just about hits.
Doing work, doing work.
You're getting there.
So Easterly is now taking.
Yep, okay,
14
so this
points.
one is looking pretty staggered, but she's still holding on to her poleaxe and pointing it at
west.
you menacingly.
So West has taken the bulk of the damage. North is.
Yeah, oh yeah, West, I mean. So he has taken the bulk of the damage and is still standing, but barely.
Okay.
Okay. Then Glanvar, it is your turn.
Right. He's going to move in 5 feet.
Out, in,
Okay.
out, shake it all about.
He's going to punch this one.
Okay.
Full round attacks. I get 2. Is it 2 attacks we have base for full round now, or are we on 3?
it's
2, I
2.
think.
Yeah,
3 is
uh,
because Thyra has a
No, no.
special has haste.
No, I wasn't. I was just looking at my
Oh, right.
things. It's I can
I
tell.
think you would need to do a flurry of blows for that to be the case.
I'm not allowed to. I don't have access to it.
Oh, really? Is that only with your bow then?
I can only use it with my bow due to. Oh, feck.
Oof. Yep.
Oh, dear.
That is not great.
Do you
Is
not
that your
have point-blank
second?
shot?
No, no. Okay. So 1 or 2. What's it going to be?
1.
Okay. You punch forward. However, the guard is going to duck below your punch and use the back end of the polearm to swipe at your feet. And it's going to make a combat maneuver to try and trip you. So, what is your combat maneuver defense?
My CMD is 22.
Okay, so that misses. So you jump over the swipe of the polearm.
Took out my second attack.
Yes, of course.
Don't roll another one.
That would be
Please-
quite
please
terrible.
don't.
It's an order.
I would prefer not to.
I would prefer you didn't as well.
Mhm. Okay, go ahead. Make your attack. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Good job.
Yep, that strikes true.
Wait, did that put the -5 on there? Yes, it did. Damage roll. Same guard, by the way.
So that's the one below.
Yep.
Okay, so takes that. Is definitely struck by your punch, but is upright. So as you guys are battling out this melee, Sigmund and Dave, you are also part of this party, and now we are switching to you.
Well, Dave, we had a bit of a tough run there, but I'm sure things are going much better for Thyra and Glandar. They're much more level-headed than, well, not you, but me. You've clearly had the millstone of Sigmund around your neck, and I'm sure things are just going perfect for them right now. So we can probably just go and have a pint somewhere, to be honest.
That would be cool. Wait, weren't we
Yeah.
kidnapping someone? Or do we
Oh,
have to wait
wait,
for
we've
that?
got to wait for them to come back before we can do that. We should probably do some preparation.
It's currently just after noon, and the
Did we have lunch?
for the kidnapping,
Do we have dessert for
you
lunch?
are expected to meet with Amos Payne only at nightfall, and he expected you to meet. If it's in your notes somewhere, then I've mentioned it before. If not,
I think
check
we were
again.
getting him on the way there.
It's
on
an
the way
opium
back,
lounge
actually.
by the
I
name
think it
of
was
the
way
Wily
back.
Badger.
I recall that there was some discussion about whether or not we wanted to get like up there into the office before, because we suspect that his partner, if I recall correctly, is the sister of
Chadwick's sister. Yeah.
yeah, indeed.
And we're a bit sketchy about her. We don't know exactly what the situation is.
Because the Chadwick didn't
And I
tell
think
us
they were-
about her, did he?
No, he didn't. Like,
So we got no clue what the deal is
no,
with her.
Have we gone back to ask him about it? I can't remember.
Oh, it's a long way
You
to the
can-
Plague District, man. Would have got some more stamps
Yeah,
on
well-
our
We've
clan
got
cards.
time.
Yeah.
That's a long way to go. I've only got short legs. I like your idea of having a pint
Oh, you
more.
can carry on my shoulder.
Not in the sewers.
Well, from what I can remember, the skeeviest part of the sewers is the bottom, not the top.
This is true.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you knocked your head on a pipe at one point.
Yes, but I'm an idiot.
But you're sure.
Well, okay, fair enough. Well, we've got.
I don't
some
have any
time.
other
I mean,
ideas. So
I
we
mean,
could do
we could
that
go
and get a pint.
We should. Well, there's probably a pub nearby to the market house.
Yes,
we
a
can go
plague
by.
pub.
I'm sure Glanvar and Fire are out by now. They're probably in a nearby pub, just chilling.
Well, we were gonna meet up with them back at the inn.
Sure, that's right, but we might as well just go and like they're probably out of there by now. They're probably at the inn already, so we should probably just roll by and just have a quick recce of the situation, just to see if there's any good ambush spots for this kidnapping. Like
Oh, like
probably-
if the carriage goes down like a little alleyway.
Yeah, like, well, I'll tell you what, let's walk the route, because we know the route that the carriage is probably going to take.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
you are currently at his starting point,
Yes.
namely
Yeah.
the academy.
Let's just walk the route. Let's just walk the route and see if there's any ambush points that kind of have a pub crawl on the
Or
way
make an ambush point, like set up a roadblock.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, we need to figure out where the best place to do that might be. So
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's So we're going to walk the route and just like see if any kind of obvious spots kind of jump out at us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
As Dave says, like a place where we could set up an ambush. Like if there's like a marketplace that's got lots of stalls, like somewhere where we can obviously pull some out, or that kind of thing.
Okay. So, as you take the first part of the walk up to the riverside, you notice that there is a small alleyway. If you open up the map of Blackwater,
Which I have.
and
You can have it on the
you're
screen.
starting from
26.
and you're starting from number 26. You'll notice that if you go the quickest way to the riverside, there's not the first but the second alleyway on that larger road. It's like a very thin sort of thing.
Wait, where am I looking?
I wish. Actually, what I'm gonna
Let's
do
go
is
with like do some compass.
I'm gonna
points
move
first,
you. I'm gonna do the better thing, and I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that's a good
and I'm
idea.
just gonna ping you.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll close mine. All right, cool.
All right, so over here,
Oh yes, there.
that's a very thin alleyway. And you think that if the carriage passes by there, this would be a good place to sort of hide. If anything, for like a scout, or even for an ambush as he's returning. So that is something that you notice.
And this is a bridge, is it? This thing.
That is a large metal fence.
Okay, so where's he going after he gets to this? From out.
So as he moves, as he moves through this way,
Ah.
we can jump out.
We can spring out. From that
you
alley.
can spring out from it. Or you can place a scout there to maybe see. Oh, he's starting. He's going down the way.
I do have a telepathic bird.
Yeah.
Dave, I've got a plan.
Yes.
Do any of us have the grease smell?
No, only Polly's got that, and he's not here.
No! I was going to say we could have greased the end of
We
it.
could
so
buy some
he'd
grease.
go in the water. We could buy some grease,
We could buy some grease.
and like we could buy some grease and like grease up this area here, and like scare the horses so they go really. We could go out behind the horses, scare them. They go really fast, hit this grease, and go straight into the river.
I don't want to drown any horses.
Horses can swim.
Not when they've got a carriage attached to them. I don't even like horses. This is
the
animal cruelty.
We can cut the horses free because there's
Okay.
people waiting to pick it up to cut the horses free and pull the people out and then kidnap them.
Oh yeah, because we could even do the kidnapping, like make it look like a heroic rescue.
Yeah. Is this our
Oh,
plan?
we're taking him to the hospital.
Yeah.
You've still got your
And,
medic outfit
you
and
know,
everything.
Oh yeah. Oh well. Yeah. So if we need to get some grease. We need to have some kind of way of scaring these horses. We need to have. Oh, if we can get.
I
fake
can make a
ambulance
really,
carriage.
really, really loud noise directly in the ear of a horse.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know if I
We
could do
get, like,
non.
if we could get like a fake ambulance and hide it here,
Do they have
and we
ambulances?
just go out behind it, we put them in the back of it, and then jobs are good.
Do they have
Indeed.
ambulance? Question to the DM: do they have ambulances? Have we seen any?
You've not seen any ambulance carriages or anything of the sort. However, it just so happens that you have recently made acquaintance with the head physician
Oh, yeah.
of the university,
Forgot
about
who
that.
might very well know something like that.
Yeah. No. Okay. This is a good plan. Like this is good. Yeah. So we just need to stash off big thing here. Get a bunch of pig grease from the pig grease
Or
district.
The
vegan
big grease
vegan
district.
sesame grease.
vegan grease. What would that even be? How would you make vegan grease? Is that just
Round up
olive oil?
vegans.
That's
Round up
probably just
vegans.
olive oil, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just
Yeah,
like
vegans are of course vegan. That's how it works.
Yeah, of course. That's
are what you eat.
naturally the case. You are what you eat.
So we just find some vegans, grind them up, and there you go.
Cool. Dave, this is a good plan. I mean, do you have anything like? Well, I think it's a good plan. Do you? How are you feeling? I don't want to
I think
steamroll over
it's
you.
a great plan.
Okay.
So are you planning to do this as he leaves or as he returns?
We'll have to do it as he leaves because he'll be going out this direction, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we
he'll be
want...
going this way.
Well,
But if he
he'll be back
returns,
that way
he
as
might
well.
also just go this way. So he
Well,
will
yeah,
also
but we
pass
need-
by. Oh yeah, of
well,
course
no,
you want
but
to
we
do the river thing. You want to do the
Yeah,
river
yeah.
thing.
Well,
Okay,
here's the
yeah.
thing. Do we want to do it on? Because if he's coming back, he's likely to be drunker. But if he's going out, we can dunk him in the river.
We don't want to dunk him in the river because we need him, don't we, to give us the stuff.
Yeah, we'll pull him out of the river. We'll put him in the back of our fake hospital carriage, and then I don't know, Thyra will beat him on the head, intimidate him until he gives us what.
Do I have spells that make people like me? No, I'm just naturally likable.
You could
That's a good Dave line. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
Well, because I know we were thinking about if we do it on the way back, then it gives us a bit of extra time to break in while he's out. If we want to try it that way as well. I mean, is that a thing that we're still thinking, or?
Didn't Amos said it was really like guarded, didn't he? Again, we can use Toast to have a scope around, but yeah, well, we've
maybe,
got
maybe if you
we've
do it on
got
the way
time.
out.
We've got time to try all sorts of things. It's like just gone.
Yeah, that's
Second
true.
lunch.
You have a whole day ahead of you.
So we've got loads of time to get some pig grease and talk to Mr. Doctor Amos Payne Doctor about
Indeed.
getting an ambulance.
Oh, because maybe we could like. I kind of like the idea of greasing up and knocking him in the river. We could do it on the way back if someone just like scares the horses in the right way. We could get that happening anyway, and then we can put him in the car, back of the car, take him back to his place, and like go, oh, you know, we're the emergency services. We're taking him back to his hotel. He's back to his quarters.
He'll always have to pass by the riverside somewhere.
Yeah. So we can still grease that area up and knock him in the river. We'll take him up to his room because you're so charming. You'll convince him that you have the best bedside manner. We'll bring him in. He'll dismiss his guards because they're bad juju, and then we'll just bonk him on the head and nick all his stuff.
I think we should have some plan B's and C's. Maybe up to J.
Sure, but I should definitely go and buy some grease.
Definitely buy some grease. Definitely ask Mr. Dr. Payne for a ambulance-y wagon thing.
A fake wagon. Yeah, okay,
maybe...
so at least those... Sorry, go on, Nick.
Maybe like a better... Because like your Medicap is good, but it's not university standard.
Yeah.
So you might find that suspicious. But then again,
okay.
if he's also tipsy, maybe not. If we get him on the way back. Because I can look like whatever, as long as it's a halfling.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And, you know, the important thing is that there'll be no suspicion. It'll be completely normal guards at the market house because Thyra and Glanvar have been in and out like ghosts. And we can smash cut to them right now.
Indeed.
All right, Glanvar, or we'll end up like ghosts. Fucking dead.
That's a good following up line. Okay, so I seem to remember that we left off with Glanvar taking his turn. Is that right?
Yep. I believe
Then it is now the turn of the guards. Glanvar, 2 attacks. And that is going to be... Pull arm attack. That misses. That crits. So that is going to be...
200 points of damage.
15 points of damage as you are making your flips. You're jumping over the polearm, but as you do, you are caught off guard, and the pike of this lady's polearm stabs you in the armpit. You take 15 points of damage. The archer, crossbow archer, is also going to fire at you. And is going to miss. And the gun is going to miss as well. Fire, you get 2 attacks as well.
Oh, boy. Oh, beans. I was hoping it was my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping Glenvar has tanked them.
I'm afraid not. Okay. So those are 2 bare misses. As one polearm jabs by the side of your face, sort of cuts off a little part of your hair, and the other clonks against your armor. A crossbow bolt is also fired at you. Does a 16 hit you? No, it doesn't. So that pings off the metal plating of your armor. This guard is going to try and get upright, and he's going to roll acrobatics, but not very well, so you can make an attack of opportunity against him.
Hey, me?
No, Glenvar. So this prone guard here is going to try and get up. That misses, I'm afraid. So he ducks beside your punch, gets up, and he's no longer prone. And that was his move action. So he's also going to use his standard action to attack you. And that is going to be... Oh, crit fail. Oh, no, wait,
Wow.
that's a 7, not a 1.
Oh.
Sorry. But it misses. So he tries to take a stab at you, but you dodge. And the guard with the gun that is not jammed shouts at you, "Oh, come on! You're being overrun! What are you trying to do? If you keep going, we'll just have to knock you out and it's jail for you!"
I don't know. No.
Okay, it is your turn, Thyra.
Okay, here I go. Trying to break out again for the 3rd time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the Westerly champ. I do want to break free.
I don't know
I've got to,
the
in fact.
song.
I've got to break
I got to break free. That hits. Against whom is that
the
directed?
Westerly champ.
Then he is knocked unconscious as you bonk him on the head, and he is just smacked against the floor.
Alright, I'm gonna do my second attack, the one with the -5, to the north.
Okay.
19.
That hits.
Some points of
Okay.
damage.
So she is upright, but not by much.
Okay, I'm going to skedaddle.
Okay.
So,
That will be
moving out
one
of threat.
one
Right.
attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Let's see what that is. Yeah, that's a 23. No, 22,
Yeah, that hits.
but that hits
Okay,
either
that
way.
still hits.
And the damage is 6 points of damage
Oh, that's not too bad.
as you jump away, but the axe blade of the poleaxe sort of cuts along your back.
Okay, I'm gonna head right to the north up here.
Okay, so as you smack against the railing...
Wait, hang on. This dude's not gonna give me an attack of opportunity because he's just got a gun, hasn't he?
No, you need specific perks for attacks of opportunity with ranged weapons, and they do not have.
Okay, I'm going for the stairs then.
Scrubs.
Fuck you. Goodbye.
Okay.
Landmark, going now.
So as you move there,
There's going to be another guard directly next.
you look over the railing, and you are faced with
Oh,
the
for fuck's sake.
rest of the formation of
Oh,
the
there's
guards.
so many of them. Shit.
Well, you have just broken into probably one of the richest places in the city. And
Yeah, but I'm a beautiful idiot. That's not my fault.
that's
Jeez.
true. So these two guards here, I might mention, are not on your level. They are standing in sort of balconies high above.
Ah, fuck.
I don't know if I should... Well, I've told you that, so I don't need to put an effect on it.
Yeah, it seems like a visibility thing.
Yeah, a bit of a bother.
I'm gonna run as I'm standing underneath them with them.
Okay, that's good.
There's
your
more
turn.
of them. Shit.
By the way, the lot of people that you see here are sort of like this lower part of the thing is like sort of like a stock exchange, and these are just the people that were here at the moment of the robbery, and they are sort of standing back as
windows
the
at the front.
guards. There are no windows in this room.
Okay. I was gonna bodily throw myself through a window. But...
There are, by the way, 3 sort of staircases to this side as well, and these over here are little booths where
like tellers booths.
Yeah, tell us.
Okay, so I did 5, 15.
Yeah. By the way, this is also like this circular thing, this semicircle, is also a sort of higher platform since you see the stairs going down. So jumping off that will require acrobatics.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Your favourite thing, Thyra?
Yeah, it's the thing that I'm best at. I'm on 15 HP.
Maybe you should do something like that instead.
In retrospect, that would have been a useful thing to spend my turn doing, but oh well.
Oh well.
Okay, so then it is Glanvar's turn.
So the objective is this door over here.
That is the main exit.
Is there a non-main exit?
Who knows?
You.
We don't. Good thing we did no prep before doing this.
Glanvar thinking noise.
How high is this platform here?
I would say it is about 6 feet high.
Is there anything stopping me from trying to jump up to there?
Not
a
at
DC
all.
24 check?
Aside from that, thanks, Egg.
Yeah, there's a DC of... Well, the thing is, you don't need to jump up. That's the thing. You don't need to reach a certain height. You just need to fall without breaking your bones. So that will be a lower DC.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, so you are currently on the highest level. This is a level below, and this is another. It's sort of a tiered thing, and you are on the highest. And these stairs go down to a second level, and this stair goes down to the ground floor. So it's like a big sort of stair cake thing.
All right, in that case, I'm just going to cheese it in the straight direction.
Okay, that is going to provoke some attacks of opportunity.
Just remembering how far. So I've got 40 feet movement. Right.
Wowza. Fast off.
Okay. You are moving then?
Oh yeah, he is paring it down as many steps as he can.
Miss. Exactly 24. So one of them hits. And that is going to deal 8 points of damage as you are running. 2 swipes miss, but one of them sort of stabs you in the calf of your lower leg as they try to stop you.
You want an acrobatics check for me to jump down the first tier?
Yes, please. Where have you gone? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I can't even see.
Yeah, blending in with the
right.
crowd.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's 29.
I'm
That's
underneath
very
that
good.
number.
That's no problem. You jump down, you do a
got the
free
fire.
run, like roll as you come down. You run. Can you show the pathway that you ran in terms of attacks of opportunity, by the way?
Whoa. That was loud.
Oh dear.
Who's cat's meowing, by the way?
Like
Because
that.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, that you just take
Hi,
one
Fonzie.
more attack of
I love you.
opportunity. Hello. One more attack of opportunity from this polearm guard here. So that is 23.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So that misses, and you are currently there. Okay. So it's now the turn of the
No,
guards.
no, I've still got one more.
Oh
movement
yeah.
to go.
Oh, you still got a movement. Oh, go ahead. I am sorry.
Can I jump from here to here? From here, sorry, to... Can't do it to you, I pointed my cursor to here. Or to
To
here,
the
actually.
stairs.
Mm.
That's a big jump. Here's what I'll say. You'll need an acrobatics 24 to jump up from the railing, swing by the chandelier, and land there. But it's a 24 check.
I got a 50% chance of passing this.
Okay. 1 in a million chance. So it's gotta work. Which comes out 9 times out of 10, indeed.
This is quite guards, this bit.
It is
it
extremely
is.
guards.
I loved guards.
It
I
is
think
one of
that
the
was a
best ones.
great one.
I'm not going to survive another round of combat, I don't think, because you've been getting some really good rolls.
And some bad ones as
So-
well.
Mm.
Not enough, in your opinion.
Yes!
Yep, that
Hey!
succeeds. So Glanvar, Thyra, as you're running, you see Glanvar jump up on the like balustrade of this higher thing, jump to the chandelier, swing by it, and sort of slide down the railing of the stairs to land on the stairs in the middle. So you land over
Parkour!
there. Yes,
Sarah puts her fists in the air.
indeed.
Where are you on the map?
And so you are just
I'm
flying
underneath this
through
guy
this
on the
room,
left.
and you hear like one of the guards shouting, "What the fuck!"
It's
And
parkour.
you hear like someone from the crowd go, "Nice!"
It's that bearded dwarven man.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
the old Assassin's Creed. He must be late, and she must be beautiful.
Be beautiful, indeed.
Can I try and with the last of my movement, if that hasn't been fully absorbed, try and jump into the crowd? Or am I out
You're
all
gonna
out of movement?
crowd surf out there.
You can, but you'll need an acrobatics. It's not a terribly high check, but I'll need it anyway.
You need to check not to crush someone.
The whole point is to try not to get shot at again.
Indeed. All right, 20. That's enough.
Pretty good.
So you can take this lady's place and move into the crowd. So you are pushing through all these stockbrokers and like spice merchants and stuff, and clerks of the merchant house.
I'm
And
being very
every-
cowardly, I will agree to this point. However, I don't want to get shot again.
That's a fair point.
Likewise, if I'm honest.
There's
But
a difference between cowardice and a sense of self-preservation.
This is true.
You're not signaling.
yeah,
Okay.
the Church of Thor hammers that out of you pretty early on.
Yes.
Okay, so
Hammers.
Glanvar, that was your turn. Very epic. I love it. It's the guards' turn. And they are shouting, "That one's getting away! Take him down! Shoot him! I can't have a clear shot! He's inside the crowd! Get him!" And these guards are going to move, and these guards are going to run down the stairs and move that way to try and obstruct your way to the entrance. Thyra, you are underneath there, and
Yep.
these two guards are going to take crossbow shots at you. They are readying their crossbows, and you hear a shout coming from not the balcony that you are above, but the other one. And she shouts, "Wait! Those shots are probably going to be lethal. Stand clear!" And she aims what seems to be sort of a weird, like sort of like the spell gun that you saw earlier, but it's got like a strange sort of dish attached to it, which starts spinning, gets a sort of a light glow, and you notice around you that suddenly there's like an amount of like water vapor suddenly appearing around you. Roll a reflex save.
Ah, shit. This probably isn't going to end. Does haste give you anything on reflex? Yes, +1 bodge bonus.
Oh, right. Not bad.
Okay.
All right.
Which is great, because I only have a 2 to start off with.
Whoa.
Okay. So you can move, I will say, 5 feet right now to avoid the attack of this spell. If you want to jump down, that will require a roll of acrobatics.
I did just roll a 21 reflex. Okay.
You did, but that doesn't mean that you fall without... Oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crunch.
So it's a
not-
really
it's not a
dignified
crit
dodge,
fail.
but then I go like
It's not
ass
a
over
crit
kilter.
fail. Let me... Yeah. You take 3 points of falling damage as you sort of fall onto the side of your arm.
Oh, I landed on my keys.
And as you jumped away above you, you just saw, just behind you, the water vapor suddenly flash freeze into a solid body of ice that would have encapsulated you had you not dodged.
This is very cinematic. I like it. I
Okay.
say not actually being in this fight.
Indeed. So you dodge, you are out of the... These two do not have a clear shot at you anymore, and those are obstructed by a crowd. So the other guards, these ones are then going to make a move this way, and this one is going to try and take a shot at you, while the other one is sort of looking through the crowd, trying to spot Clanvar. That is a miss. So as you land,
Nice.
The arrow embeds itself in the plaster of the wall besides you. And it is now your turn again.
Oh, thank God. Alright, am I prone, or did I just land on my keys?
You took some damage, but you are not prone.
Fair enough. I'm going to spell convert
Okay.
my Shield of Dawn spell into a 4th level cure spell.
Okay.
If you can imagine that. I'll give you a moment to imagine that. Also,
Okay. How do you do that? Just thematically speaking, in terms of as you commune with Thor, how do you change
So
this
what
spell?
happens visually is like, well, it's Shield of Dawn, so it's like a circle of sunlight which starts to form in my hand, and then I just sort of twist my hand in my shield arm, and it turns into like the stereotypical sort of little healing effect.
Right.
You know the one from Pokemon, like the little like sparkles of light going up.
I've not seen it, but I can imagine something.
That,
All right.
and I'm just googling what the.
Could-
I think it's 46.
Could be
plus-
cool if you like
Ooh,
have
that's
the
cool.
like the circle of light. If it like splits into a thread and you sort of wind it around your arm as a bandage.
Oh, that's kind of neat, actually. I like that, like an energy bandit.
Yeah.
Bandage. So that's 48 plus 8.
Okay. Yeah. Roll it.
Sorry, is that
Oh yeah,
the
you have
D6?
rolled it. Sorry.
No, I haven't.
Oh, 48. I thought you said 48 plus 8, and I thought, wow, that's a lot. But
That's not as good as it could have been, but it's okay.
yeah, it's fair.
24
Okay, so you
points.
can take that healing.
Not damage. 24 points of the lack of damage.
Okay.
Okay,
so
and then
as
I've still
you-
got my 50 points of 50 feet of movement.
Indeed, that's correct.
So, how the fuck am I getting out of here?
Run along the walls.
Huh?
Run along the walls. You'll go
Yeah, let's
faster.
try. What if I head up north here? Is this a staircase? Did you say?
Yeah, these three are like ways to the side. If you move here, I will reveal some area. You can see that there's like another room here. Polygon reveal, where there are a
Any
bunch
sign
of
of a window?
clerks like hiding behind their desks. roll a perception quickly.
What if I come up to here? That's actually probably a little bit more visible.
Yeah, if you do that, then you can see that there is a window. But it is guarded.
Beans. Alright, well, I've got all my movement anyway, so hup.
Okay.
And then that gets me out of line of sight.
Indeed.
I'm going to yell out, Windows! In Dwarven.
Okay.
Do we know if Glamraven speaks Dwarven?
Glanvar speaks Dwarven.
He does. It's just not. He's not a very
Glanvar
good
speaks
dwarf.
Dwarven? It's these weird dwarves here that don't speak Dwarven. We've proven that. Alright. That's my turn.
Okay. So as you do your thing, as you heal, one of the guards notice you, and they shout, "Shit! They've got a wizard! Spellcaster! What do we do? I don't know! Quick! Someone go get the city guard!"
Shit.
And you see that one of the gunners
I've used the
is
spell in front of them before. Okay, anyway.
is going to try and make a move. Well, he's not moving yet because it's not their turn, but is like shouldering his gun and making instances to move. And as you shout, Windows, you
In Dwarven.
you shout it in Dwarven. And Glanfar, you catch this. You hear that there are probably windows on this side. But you also hear from the crowd, from one of the dwarves in the crowd, guards, they're going for the windows!
Snitch.
Thyra yells out, fuck you in Dwarven. Fuck you specifically, random Dwarven man.
You hear no reply.
No, you. No, I'm speaking to you, sir. I think that was extremely unnecessary.
Okay.
Help a sister out.
As you shout that, and you hear in Dwarven back, "How about you help a brother out by not robbing the bank he's invested in?"
I mean, I'm robbing like one. This is a full conversation in Dwarven.
Yeah.
I've robbed one locker, it's fine. Wait, hang on. She starts reading off like things. Hang on, you're not Duncan Humphreys, are you? No? Okay, you're probably fine.
Wow.
Edgar Max Stewart? No, that
No.
not you. Okay, see, you're chill, it's fine.
Okay. Glenvar, it's your turn.
Cool.
Yeah. Remember, these guards here are not next to you. They are on the stairs, so they will not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Steve McDevis? No, that's not you. Okay, good.
No.
Peter,
like a lot of the guards
Engelroth? No? Okay.
Like, there's no response from this dwarf, and all of the guards are going like, What the fuck is she saying? What is that? What kind of
J.
weird
Edgar
language?"
Hetheridge? No? Okay.
Can I push through the crowd to get to the stairs over here?
You can. Those are not stairs. Those are tellers.
Oh, no, I meant here. I didn't mean to.
Oh yeah. Okay. You can. You'll be at half movement.
That's fine. So 10, 20, 25, 27.
As long as you are moving through the crowd, that is. The crowd counts as difficult terrain.
10,
It makes sense.
20, 25.
People are usually pretty
30.
difficult.
Okay. There's a wall there. There's no stairs there. I'm
Where's the
sorry.
stairs?
There's no stairs. I've said those are just tellers. There are only side stairs on the other side.
Damn it!
Glanvar, just to recall.
Like, you would have known this, so you don't need to. You can take another move instead of that if you want. I'll actually just clear this up just for clarity.
Might help, yes. Bugger. Okay.
Don't you have like 40 feet of movement? Just run.
Yeah, it's not so much that I gotta get through these people. 10.
Well, yeah, but you could do like a
20.
huge like U shape.
What?
Go like this way. You could do like a huge U shape, go like right round. Double move.
How high is this banister?
That one is not as high. You would need a. You would need to be. You make a climbing that, if I were to rate it on a scale of 1 through 20, it would probably be around somewhere in 16 in terms of awesomeness.
Awesomeness is, of course, the counter of
10.
all things.
Yeah, of course.
15. Up another 5, I'm guessing, minimum to climb up it. Or how much?
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, you can climb up it, no problem. So you just spider climb onto this balustrade.
20.
Mm-hmm.
30. 40. No, 30, 35, 40.
Okay.
Now to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
5, 10.
We're the best at high
15.
steps.
Yep. Roll acrobatics.
Blades in the Dark team got nothing on us.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Oh, yeah, like 29, that's plenty. So you were just
15.
making this U-turn, like spinning.
20. Oh, no, fucking hell, that was dead. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You would not believe the fucking time I've just had.
I mean, I
Incredible.
nearly died, to be fair.
Yeah. Like, honestly, cinematically, as you are making this big U-turn, probably, like, behind you and around you, you see, like, the water vapor coalesce and, like freeze into sort of man-sized, dwarf-sized blocks of ice, which you are sort of leaving at your trail as they are firing their wand guns at you. So you are currently here. It is now the guards' turn. One of these guards is going to run, and you hear from outside a whistle being blown. These guards are going to move down the stairs, going to shout, "Crowd, move, move!" And everyone is just going to very slowly and cumbersomely move to the side, as crowds do. So they are going to move. This one is going. They are going to sort of jump over the lowest part of these stairs. Let's see what kind of acrobatics. That's okay. That's also okay. So they are going to make that jump. This one is going to stay on the stairs, and is going to try and take a shot at you from here. But with a penalty, because there is like there's some difference in height level, and she's shooting through like a doorway. Let's see whether that hits. No, that misses, so it sort of embeds itself. It doesn't go through the doorway, it embeds itself in like the side. And these guards are going to move as well.
Oh, now the fucking way opens up.
Okay, Fyra, it is your turn. This is the last round of your turns that we do before we return to Sig and Dave.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I was looking into how to fucking do combat maneuvers because I was just going to try and shove this guy. But of course, fuck trying to work out how combat maneuvers work.
Bull Rush, if that's what you're looking for,
I'm not trying to shove him through the window, Mom. That seems excessive.
I don't
Grandpa will
know.
do if you don't get out of the way.
Alright.
Okay, but it's
I feel like
Fyra's
we're
turn.
having a lot of aggro right now.
If you want to push him to the side, so like move him 5
I
feet.
can try and reposition him. Which
yeah.
is 5 feet.
Yeah, it's 5 feet, and then you would need to
It's
roll
an
a
attack
combat
of
maneuver.
opportunity.
Yeah, it's a combat maneuver bonus roll against his combat maneuver defense.
Okay. And it's an attack of opportunity from him. But I'm trying to shove him,
because you do not
shove him
have
to the
the.
right.
Okay, so let's do the attack of opportunity first.
Shit.
Oof, no, that does not cut it. So you
Shit.
try and shove him to the side. He pushes away your arms with his poleaxe and slashes it down, only to crit. Shit.
Oops.
Fuck these guys. Why are these the most competent people we've ever faced?
Well, because they're trained guards. and they are hired by people who have lots of money, so they are pretty good. So that
We're probably
is
one of the more incompetent people I've ever met.
Yeah, probably.
that's 9 points of damage.
Oh, okay, that's not actually too bad.
As this axe sort of slashes over your your shoulder, where like your shoulder pads don't protect it. Okay.
I believe they're called
Pauldrons.
pauldrons.
Pauldrons. Yes, pauldrons. Not to be confused with cauldrons.
Yes, those are different.
Those
I'm
are
gonna.
very different.
Is it possible to hold your movement? Can I try holding my movement?
Well, what do you want to hold it for?
Glanvar moving this dude out the way. Unless I can just try running through him, but I don't think that's possible.
You can hold your movement.
Can you like slide under his
can do
legs?
that.
I
You
think that
can-
would probably be like another combat maneuver, wouldn't it?
You can ready your movement to crash through the window as this guy is shoved out
Pretty
of the
much
way
as soon as
on
the way
Glanfar's
is clear,
turn. Yeah, that's fair. That you can do that. Okay, then it's Glanfar's turn.
Bull rush.
Bull rush is a straight line, so Thyra, you are using your movement to get out of the way.
Sure.
Yeah, because bull rush is in a straight line. Okay.
Take a 5-foot
Yep.
step.
Okay, roll combat maneuver bonus, Glanvar.
Combat maneuver bonus. That one.
I feel like he also takes an attack of opportunity.
Do you have improved bull rush?
No.
You do not? Okay, then you do take an attack of opportunity. However, even with the negative modifier that you have caused by not having the feat, 20 is enough to successfully bull rush him. So attack of opportunity, that's a 14 plus 7, that's a 21, but that does not hit you. So he jabs his pike forward, you duck underneath, sort of grab him by the waist, and go through the window with him.
Dog
Jesus.
tackle.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Can I be going after them?
Yeah, you can.
Yep,
So
that
you-
seems fine.
So you three are currently sort of here.
The interim scene is all three of us in midair screaming.
Yeah. And you see sort of
How
as you
could
are
this
running,
be going anywhere worse?
Freeze frame for the guard. It was at that
Yeah.
point he knew he fucked up.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And then
Um,
to the other two of us as well.
Yeah.
So you are flying through this window, looking to the side. You can see that one guard running away, blowing the whistle, and in the distance you can see something approaching through the air. Oddly enough,
Oh,
it's like a small hot air balloon, but what hangs? It's manned by one person, as you can see, and underneath it hangs sort of a weird metal contraption, and it is going in your direction. Both of you roll me a. What kind of skills do we even have
like
here?
a reflex save?
No, not a reflex save, because this thing is not that fast. So it's not it's
like
not at your point yet.
Avoid the big boy?
No. I'm wanting you to make a roll to run away.
Well, I mean, arguably stealth if we're trying to, athletics isn't really a thing in this, is it?
No, it's not.
Acrobatics.
Yeah,
Arguably acrobatics.
roll acrobatics to not go prone as you're running. Roll acrobatics to hit the ground running, basically.
12. I am still hasted, though.
Okay, yeah, and that's 30. So, basically, as Glanfar pushes this guy out of the window, this guy bonks onto the street pavement. You hear like people gasping, like, and Glanfar just hits the ground running, goes, and Thyra, you follow with like the sort of trailing effect of the haste, moving along with you.
Run away, run away!
Okay.
As we're sprinting, that went well.
I think that went okay.
Okay.
Wait, you don't want to stick around and try and steal that hot air balloon, do you? I know you've stolen over 15 other ones in your lifetime.
Not today.
Rumors
Okay,
of my
we'll say what I
aircraft
want.
theft have been greatly exaggerated.
It was only 13.
Okay. So you guys hit the ground running. You are going through the streets. As you are making your way, roll stealth.
Or maybe disguise if you're gonna blend in with the crowd.
Yeah, actually, that's the thing. Roll me anything that you can motivate to try and lose the guards.
So for Glamvar, it would be stealth as he tries to dip into alleyways.
Yeah.
Because he's not really one. You can't disguise a long white beard and no sleeves.
That's fair.
Unless you nick someone's
Okay.
cape.
Okay,
pretty
that
good.
is plenty. You lose them
Trusting-
without issue. Thyra, what about you? How are you going to try and get away from the guards?
Well, luckily Thyra is, of course, a stealth build cleric, so...
Naturally.
Hmm.
That's actually an interesting idea for a build, a stealth cleric, stealth
That's
healer.
not that, like, impossible, I think.
No, it's true.
You know what
Stealth-
Thyra fucking does?
Okay, what do you do?
Thyra casts Sleet Storm and
I
then
was
dives down the
thinking
nearest
you were gonna
fucking...
do that.
She casts Sleet Storm and then dives down the nearest fucking manhole cover she can...
All right. So as you are running, you sort of channel this spell and toss it backwards, and in like a slow motion, you duck forward as this small, like, white glowing orb sort of goes backwards and explodes into like a giant sleet storm that fills the entire street.
Yeah, it's 40 foot wide. It's 40-foot radius, so it's 80 feet
Yeah,
wide, 20
like,
feet high.
This just like explodes through the entire street, and you like windows explode, and like a sign of a shop is ripped off.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It was an
Conspicuous.
evil shop. It was an evil shop.
Indeed. So as
Okay,
you get
so
away, you
if
get
I'm-
away through the sewers.
If I may suggest a thing, it's Thyra.
Yes, of
the
course.
scene ending it is Thyra crashing into Tim's store,
Oh God,
Directly
yes.
on top.
like from above. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hello. I see you've taken the quick route.
I hate everything about today. This city sucks. Everyone is terrible here. I don't know which way the pub is, Tim.
You are like covered in the soot and stuff. He just
Yeah.
that way, and he
I'm
points
covered
to
in
the
like
side.
brittle ice and
Mhm,
like
yeah,
fucking. I have like at least 3 arrows sticking out of me. And...
yeah, and he's just like that way.
Thank you.
Clanvar, as you are like moving away, and you are looking from like a rooftop somewhere, you can see that the little balloon thing has sort of approached the sleet storm, and you can see the metal contraption opening up, and you hear like a toot, 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 and you see sort of a floodlight, like a cone of light, but as it shines down, you see that everywhere it shines, the sleet storm is just not there. Like the effect is just not present. It is just normal air.
Oh, shoot. Well, he's gonna try and find a way of sneaking along as best he can from here.
Yeah, like you with a 33, you can easily get away, but that is just something that you've noticed
Yeah.
as you are making your getaway.
It has the capacity to disable spells.
Indeed, it seems that indeed this is some sort of anti-magic beam, and you remember, well, I remember, and you might not, but your characters would remember, that Bertnott has told you about these things, and that they are made by the city to interrupt mayhem-causing magicians, and that they are an installation made with the Eye of a Beholder that is mounted inside the air balloon contraption.
I find the idea of mayhem causing magicians and Thyra being an amusing combo.
Okay, so Sigmund and Dave,
That's us.
you are where exactly right now?
Having a wander around outside the university, right?
Yes. You were making plans of
And or buying grease.
buying grease,
And or talking to
such.
Amos.
I think when it cuts to us after this debacle, we're actually there, like having a couple of tasty ice creams each.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is very pleasant.
Each? Why are you having two each?
Because halfling.
Yeah. You like the frost on the street caused by the sleet storm, like fade cuts to the frost on the ice cream.
Let's say that we're at the market buying pig grease, and we're also getting an ice cream while we're there because they
Indeed.
begged.
Let's see where the market is actually, because the market area is, I think, number 8. Oh yeah, that's over here. Oh, West. I'll move you back to the map. Sorry.
Isn't that like right next to the? It is.
It's
as well.
not next. It's not right next.
We
to
would
it.
hear like the sirens and stuff, unless we get there like
Yeah,
a while after, because quite a long way away, isn't it?
It's quite a long way away, so it would have taken a
sewers.
while.
Can we not get pig grease anywhere locally?
No, it doesn't seem like it. You would have to go here. As you've gone, you've passed this bridge, the Collier's Bridge. That's sort of a big bridge that
Is this number 14?
is number 14.
Yeah.
And that and number 13, the Market Bridge, are the only 2 bridges over which a carriage can cross.
Alright, the other ones are like footpaths then.
Yeah, so just as an interest, the Chancellor would have to take either of those bridges to get.
And it could
back.
be either one.
It
Depending
could
on
be
the route
either
he
one.
wanted to take.
Mhm.
Well, we could block one off potentially.
Yeah, maybe that might be quite hard.
It's probably best to do it just.
I think I like our pig grease idea more.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are currently over here at the General Produce Market, and this is where like all of the like markets for everything is basically stuff like pig grease and shit. Well, probably not shit, but well,
Pig grease and pig shit.
you never know. You never know what alchemists get up to.
Buy
So
some fine fertilizer.
it's true. It's true. Fertilizer. There's also like a little priory over here. Which is also dedicated to this Saint Sartoria person, but it's very different from like the big chapel that cathedral that you've seen in like the city skyline, which is number 24. That one is big and very recently built, but this one is a little older. Has just a lot of like sort of that typical, like those orthodox like icons, like woodcut icons with gold leaf. It just has like a lot of that stuff, and you see the clergy sort of walking around, doing their thing, and they are mostly dressed in what seems to be like a sort of a deep blue color. That's sort of their color. Let me see if I can get you a thing. Actually, I'll just put this on the. There's a lot of stuff here. Sorry for the delay. So if you zoom onto the priory, I'll put the little icons up of what the clergy is sort of generally
I see.
wearing. And they are hanging around doing clergy stuff.
Whatever that actually is.
Whatever that actually is. Preaching, talking to people, just buds being dudes. So yeah, you're currently there. Pig grease would not be hard to come by. What kind of amount are you looking for?
We're gonna need quite a bit, aren't we?
Yeah, like how much can we carry? Well, I think it's at least a barrel. It might be 2 or 3 barrels, but how much can we carry? Just the 2 of us.
I can't carry. I can carry 0.
Okay, so I think 2 barrels is what we have to go for because I think that's what Sigmund can carry by himself.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
I mean, my bird's got a pretty high strength stat if we're going off the eagle stats, which I was given, but that seems a bit implausible.
Yeah, I don't think that Toast has the capacity to carry an entire barrel of pig grease.
Questions I never thought I needed to have answered. Can my bird carry a barrel of pig grease?
Yes. Okay, so pig grease is quite cheap. I would say that you can get these barrels for like.
Like 4 fucking coppers.
Yeah, it's like 10 coppers, something like that. So 1 silver, basically. The merchant asks you. Wait, it's the. So the merchant asks you. Oh, so buying a lot of pig grease, eh? Well, all the better, because I wouldn't know what to do with the stuff. What do you need this for, actually?
Traditional skirt cooking.
Sigmund just sneaks over and whispers in his ear, I have an extreme sexual fetish.
Oh,
Okay.
I liked my statement more, but okay.
Why did you say it?
Traditional skirt cooking.
Okay.
I think that you say both of that at the same,
time.
And the merchant sort of looks at you with like a vacant gaze in his eyes and says, well,
Okay.
different strokes for different folks. 10 copper, please.
It's
Okay.
20 and we never had this conversation.
All right.
I'll pay for
That's
that.
Would have been easier just to give him the 20 in the first place to not ask the question.
That's fair enough, mister.
Yeah, I'll pay that. I'll pay that. That's 2
all
silver.
right. Yeah, that's 2 silver.
Okay.
So you now have 2 barrels of pig grease.
Okay. Excellent.
Um,
Egg, while I'm making this note on my sheet, do you want to take over for a sec?
Sure.
so you have the pig grease. What else are you planning?
Have pig grease can travel. Well, we need to go talk to Amos Payne, so no need to cart these 2 barrels of pig grease all the way back to the other side of the city.
Well, you could
Well,
store them.
we can stash them where we need to stash them, right?
Well, that's pretty damn close to where Amos is. I was thinking if we're
That's
going with
true.
the river plan, which I quite like because it seems the most reliable. So yeah, I mean, if there's like a manhole, a sewer manhole from our sewer adventures we know is near there, we could just like pop them down there on the way. If we go by
Okay.
sewer, if we just walk, then it's whatever.
Well, I don't know.
I'm sure there's got to be random barrels
haven't-
lying around, unless video games have lied to me.
No, there are just random barrels lying around. And there are definitely places where you could stash some barrels that no one would pay them much attention.
Cool, let's do that, and then hit up our boy.
Okay. So, is there anything else that you have procured at the general producer's market while you're there?
A snack.
Is there? Well, let's keep an eye out. Is there anything that could cause like a big force, like something that could push a carriage?
Oh,
I could push a carriage.
I can cast Thundering Drums. If I did it from a sufficient distance away, it probably wouldn't hurt anyone.
That's fair. I will
Oh,
say
yeah.
that.
Have you ever
could
met
probably-
a horse? Those things spook at the sight of a bee. It's not going to be hard to scare a horse.
Yeah, but also we might want to shunt them like sideways as well. Like we want to be able to shove the. Well, we don't need to do, but it might be useful to be able to shove the carriage as well.
How much does a carriage wheel weigh? Because if it was less than £5, I could mage hand it off.
The wheel of a
Probably
carriage.
more.
The wheel of a carriage is more than £5. Yes.
Oh. Could shoot a crossbow bolt into it. I don't know if my precision aiming is that good though. It's more of a Glamvar thing.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that can do this. There's no. Yeah.
I'm trying to be frugal
I
here.
think magically there might be a thing that can do it, but not in the general store.
No, probably not.
Do we need to have some kind of like costumes if we're going to go undercover?
Well,
Anything
if
like
we're
that?
going, we can. Well, you can get like a one from Amos, and I can just magic sleeves.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think we've got this covered. Let's go talk to
Okay.
Amos.
Okay, so you return to the university,
Yes.
and
There it is.
you enter, and as you're walking up, like one of the guards says, "Hey, wait a moment. I think I've seen you before. Say, you wouldn't have happened to have come by here earlier this week, have you?"
Earlier this week? No, we've only been in the city for a day. No way to roll bluff.
Sigmund steps back and lets Dave do the talking.
Okay.
Because he's...
Roll
Okay,
diplomacy.
I was about to say because he's smart, but he's not. He's
Diplomacy.
but he's smart enough to know this.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna roll performance during inference because I can.
Okay.
It's a bard thing. Dave's learned how to cheat bard. There we go. Cheat
Okay.
from learning songs. That's how this works.
Okay. 29. That's plenty. No suspicion is roused. So you manage to go up and meet Amos at the infirmary. You see that the fish professor has left his bunk. He seems to have returned to good health, or died. You don't know. And there are generally.
What
some
about the
other
student that he was attached to? Who knows?
He is not
cares?
seen anywhere near. So whatever wounds they had, they also have healed.
Or died.
Or they died. So you walk up to Amos, who's currently in his office. You knock. You enter inside. He says, "Yes, come inside." And as you open, and he sort of says, "Ah, PATHCO, good timing. You see, we've been having this plumbing problem late. Oh, but where are my manners? Come in, come in."
Was he
And
saying
he
that very
sort of-
loudly so that everyone? In
Yeah,
the room
he's
could hear?
saying that noticeably.
Yes.
Mm. And as you come inside, he says, he sort of holds his finger to his mouth. You can see him sort of look around, and he rubs his hands together and opens them, and like a slight wave of like pale golden light
Mm.
clears the room. Any damage that you've had is healed, because that was a channel positive energy. But as he does this, he says, "All right, we've got about," and he looks at like a watch on his desk. "I'd say we've got about 20 minutes before they return. All right, what's the matter?"
Oh, we've come up with oh, Dave, do you want to give him the rundown?
We've got a pretty good plan. It involves 2 barrels of pig grease at the end of that alley near the river. And we're thinking if we get Sigmund dressed up, and I can do it with magic to look like the university doctors, like you've got here, with like a university ambulance, we can jump in heroically and rescue him from his injury when the carriage slips on the grease, and we can bring him back here and do whatever it is we're doing after that point. But we need the carriage and some clothes. Is that it? Do we need anything else?
He sort of looks down and says, "You know, when I first met your colleague here, honestly, I'd taken you for oafs, but that's actually a very impressive plan.
It's fine.
It might
He's
just
our
work."
token oaf.
I see. Well, I can certainly make sure that we have an ambulance carriage at the ready. That shouldn't be a problem. I'll man it myself, of course. When there is a problem with the High Chancellor, it's only right that the head physician himself tends to his wounds. I'll make sure that this.
We can, and of course, we'll have to look after him. And for proper healing, he'll need to be recovering in his own quarters.
Yes, of
We'll all need
course.
to go with him.
Perhaps we can fake a grave injury so that we can take him to the operating room and confine him there.
Sigmund's just patting the Mace of Spades in his hands. Oh, I'm sure we can fake something up real well.
Man, I really wish I'd retrain one of my cantrips to be prestidigitation. That'd be quite useful right about now. We could buy some ketchup.
Well, I'll try and muster something up. And well, if it doesn't look convincing, we'll just have to do it manually, as you say.
Don't really like that idea, but you know, if it's only a little grave wound.
Yeah, indeed. I can always treat it afterwards, as if it turns out he's not as bad as I think he is. And
What
you
do
see,
we know about his partner? I don't know. There's still something
Ms.
about
Chadwick?
uh,
Is she gonna be in the carriage?
and Payne sort of rolls his eyes and says, knowing that sleazebag, he probably takes her everywhere. Yeah, she will probably be there.
Well, we can get either Dave or Glanbar to just separate her from what we're doing.
Yeah, you know, she could go to like the general infirmary here, and he can go to his quarters.
I'm sure, but you'll have to knock her out. She's well, they're how do you say?
Inseparable pair.
And he sort of says with like a disgusted grimace on his face, inseparable.
Okay, that makes things a bit harder.
I'll man the ambulance myself, together with a colleague of mine who I think I can trust. You've not seen her around, have you? Dr. Pepper? Cherise Pepper?
Maybe. Is she in the handouts? If not, then we haven't.
She is not. However, you do remember the drink that was being passed around, which was also called Dr. Pepper.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, yes. Hey.
She's she's a curious one, but it seems that she's immune to the strange mind-affecting effect of these, and he sort of waves his hand around in the air, ember things, just like I am. So I think I'm quite sure that I can trust her, and she seems, at least, to be in agreement with our cause. If you haven't run into her, well, chances are that you do somewhere soon. She's hard to miss. And for goodness sake, don't buy any of the drink.
We've got our own supplier for weird drinks that make us immune.
Is that right? And you see suddenly sort of Amos Payne sort of frown and says, wait, is that what she... You said you became immune with the drinks. With drinks? You have drinks for that?
Yes, says Dave, starting to wonder if he shouldn't have said that.
And he sort of frowns and sort of makes a little smile and says,
Well,
Dr.
immune
Pepper
to
might...
the plague, anyway, but the plague is these things,
indeed.
right?
Indeed. And he says, looks like I wasn't giving my colleague enough credit. She might be more clever than I thought. In fact, you might want to, considering what I think might be the case, you might actually want to stack up on this Dr. Pepper drink.
What?
Wait a minute, is this whole campaign just a Dr. Pepper advert?
Maybe.
Son of a
Who's paying
bitch.
you?
We've got to get them sweet.
Welcome to
leave
Late...
these shows.
Fucking hell. You
Welcome-
promised you'd never do this after Welcome to Arsenheim turned out to be an advert for the Coca-Cola Corporation.
Sorry, man. Welcome to late capitalism.
Yeah, fuck.
No.
We have one viewer. You're trying to corrupt hellhounds to Dr. Pepper.
It's just a meme. Don't worry.
It's just a meme. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
That's what I always say.
That's what they always say. Wow. Okay. So basically, he says that, and he says, right, anything else?
I thought there was
No,
something else, but
I
I've forgotten it.
Nope. Time to rob a man.
Oh,
and
the costumes.
Oh.
We need to get.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Costume,
and he
singular.
sort of goes away and opens up a drawer in his office. He says, I've got some spares right here. What? And he sort of looks at you, who is like very broad-shouldered and tall, and then says, these might not fit you.
Oh, do you have anything in dwarf sizes?
In dwarf sizes, not here, but we might have some down in the wardrobe rooms. I'll check storage. Make sure that you...
Do we know anyone that can sew?
Yes,
I could breathe in really hard if that helps.
no, it's fine. I'll make sure to collect them when we meet again. Which brings me to the point: when do we want to spring our trap? when he returns,
Yeah.
or when he leaves.
I think when he returns, it's going to be a bit easier because it's probably going to be a bit quieter in the streets, and he also might be a bit drunk, which is always useful. Ooh.
Good point. Good point.
I think that makes sense, Dave. I'm willing to trust your judgment on this.
Indeed.
Dave nods wisely with his -1 in wisdom.
Say, if you if we're going to do this as he returns, do you think we might want to check his office while he's away?
Yeah, we thought that as well.
I'm not
so,
sure,
yeah.
but I think I can probably manage to get us entry.
Well, I guess the question is, who's going to help you with that?
I can fit into some very small spaces if that helps. Also, I've got
well,
a bird. I've got a bird. I've got a telepathic link with.
We're going to need you to be in place as the charismatic doctor, Dave.
That's
Sure,
true.
I know
but
doctor
normally,
things.
Payne sort of frowns. Says, "All right, how about this? We should have some sort of scout at the ready to notify us when Chancellor Michaels returns."
Dave points at his telepathic bird. She can do it.
Ah, telepathic, you say?
Yeah, she
Fascinating.
I can see
What
what
a
she can
strange
see.
creature.
I've got no idea what she is, but
Indeed.
I love her.
Well, then that sounds ideal. I suggest that we try and break in. Well, that we try to get inside the office, look around, and gather what we can until we get a signal that the Chancellor is returning. Then we'll spring out. We'll move to the alleyway as he closes in with the carriage, and when he passes, we'll spring our trap.
Weren't we kidnapping him to get to the stuff? And if we can get to the stuff anyway, then do we have to? Or were we doing it for some other reason?
Well, originally you were kidnapping him basically just to interrogate him, because
Well, we might get some useful information on our initial investigation that we can
that's
use to
true.
interrogate him.
If it's incriminating enough, we might not capture him. We might have enough just by virtue of whatever he's keeping up there in his study.
And then all we'll have lost is 2 barrels of pig grease.
Indeed. Very well. Then that's how we'll do it.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Sigmund was about to say this is a rare example of a well thought out plan, but this is about as well thought out as our usual plans. I see you're up to speed.
Indeed. All right. Meet me tonight at the academy at, say, 8 o'clock. The Chancellor will leave then. As soon as his carriage is underway, we'll make our way into his study. I'll make sure to have a way for us to enter.
Cool.
I'll see you then.
I can pick locks if that helps. Sort of. I can try.
That's handy as a plan B, but I'm hoping that with my arrangements I won't need to.
Cool.
But we'll see. The guards are suspicious these days. And
Yeah.
Michaels might have his own protection against intruders in his study. Say, are any of you magic users?
Me.
Because... ideal. Well, in that case, we might want to make sure that we have some ways to counteract possible defensive spells.
I don't know
happen-
counterspell.
Oh,
Thara does. She's not
Oh,
here.
well,
She's somewhere else. She might be here later.
well, that's good.
I can
happen-
counter other bards if he's got a bard on his team.
Well, honestly, I don't know what he keeps in those cabinets, so we should be prepared for anything.
Keeps a bard in his cabinet.
I can cast Counterspell myself, but I will say, due to the limited amount of material that I've been able to access, my array of spells isn't very broad. But I'm hoping that I will be of as much help as I can. And normally, as the head physician, I have some sway in this place. So I'm hoping that by tricking the guard into believing that there's been a contamination and that there needs to be an immediate treatment of the facilities inside his office, I'll be able to get us in under the guise of medical practitioners.
Cool.
All right. Very well. then I'll see you tonight. Make what preparations you need and gather with your teammates.
Yes, we're gonna need a real big dinner.
End session.
All right.
Okay. Very good, guys. This was
Sorry
a
about
great
disappearing
session.
like that.
No, that's no problem.
We survived the bank heist.
You did.
survived.
It
And
was
you
a
didn't kill
great.
anyone.
We
I'm so
solved
proud of
your
you.
crime puzzle.
Crime puzzle.
Indeed. That was a very, very cool scene. I
Yes.
love that a
That was
lot.
good. I enjoyed it.
And you've also made arrangements to spring your trap on the Chancellor tonight.
Does any
So,
XP occur?
Any XP certainly
I
does
feel
occur.
like I should get some XP for a
Did
successful
Sigmund and I
bank
not
heist.
get any XP because we didn't get in a fight?
You
get
talk
some
to him, man.
you get some XP for strategy and planning.
Yay.
But it will be less than the
Yeah.
XP for successfully robbing and escaping a bank. Okay, so let's see
I just got to
here.
level 9.
I think success might be a bit of a strong word.
It
We
was
left
not a
with
failure.
things that we didn't own.
It
That's
is-
the
It
definition
is
of a successful
what,
bank heist.
in Power of the Apocalypse would be called a mixed success.
Yeah, true. It drew unwanted attention. That's what it was.
Okay, so I.
You don't have to say specific XP
two-
numbers now if you don't want one.
Yeah, if we'll do it in the chat
I
later.
will.
Okay,
Oh,
So
cool beans. So
Um, both of you, Thyra and Glanvar, get 2,300
Wowza.
XP.
wowee. That's over 2,000!
It was a
Sure
tricky situation. I am overall
So that
very
was
pleased with how you handled
2,300,
it.
was that?
Yes, 2,300. And Dave and Sigmund, you get. So you did the planning, did that stuff, talked to Amos. So I'm going to say that you get 600 each,
Woohoo.
Okay.
which is a significant amount less. You
Yeah.
will probably be able to make up for that in the coming situations.
I'm sure Sigmund will be able to level up for next time he sleeps.
Indeed.
Oh, to level
Alright.
8, I assume?
To level 8, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'd be very upset if you'd leveled up before me to level 9.
All right.
Right.
Great session, guys.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we've been able to get back into it with a swing.
Woohoo.
Who gets the
And-
golden dice this week?
Oh yeah. Who gets the golden dice? Discuss.
I'm not. I don't
Just
like.
saying Sigmund with leaning in and being like, I have a very specific sexual fetish. was,
Fetish.
Yeah, it was
Does
good.
Hellhounds have any
Yeah,
opinions?
that definitely happened.
It definitely happened.
That was certainly a thing that occurred.
certainly a thing that happened.
Okay. Well, if that's a
I
consensus.
think that says a lot about
Sigmund?
both our characters and our players. That my mind went to food and Ag's mind went to sex.
Incredible. Agthio,
That's where
you,
Sigmund's mind went.
Sigmund,
but,
yes, of course.
you get a golden dice for weirding out a random merchant.
Reading out a
There you
random
go.
merchant.
Okay, I'm
Right.
making a note of that in my
Huge
thing.
success.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Right, sweet.
Shall we
PATHCO,
say
done.
goodbye?
Boom,
Goodbye to
check marker.
stream. Say goodbye.
Yes.
Bye,
Goodbye
stream.
to the stream.
Goodbye,
Bye,
stream.
Bye, the
Thanks for
stream.
joining us.
Bye.
Goodbye.